Welcome back to my channel, and in this episode we are going to check about JAMAKKOL. So recently I started studying JAMAKKOL, and it's a wonderful experience. Basically, I am from South India. I am from Tamil Nadu. So I have heard people practicing this JAMAKKOL for more than 100 years. There are people who have been like generation after generation practicing this as a family. And let me tell you my experience, personal experience. So when I was trying for a job, that was around 2010 or 11, during that time, so I consulted a person who is an expert in JAMAKKOL, and I asked him over the phone, and he said, like, he straight away said this answer, but I feel very bad. He told me, like, I will not get a job for the next 2 or 3 years. And actually, I didn't get a job for 2 years. I got a job after like 2014 or 15, during that time. So he was very quick, and within 15 minutes, I didn't give my chart, I didn't give any clue. Based on the time of judgment, the time I asked the question, he was able to tell me, like, I will not get a job for another 2 or 3 years. He actually said me like 3 years. So only after like 2014 I was able to get a job. So that is another different story. So the thing is, I have started to read about JAMAKKOL more, and I will tell you the basics which will help you. So this chart is something like similar to D1 chart, D1 Rashi chart, and outside you will have some planets. So the planets are like ruling planets in the sense it's called as Jama planets or Jama Gragangal, which means like every 1.5 hour a planet is ruling. Suppose like now the time is 8:24. So after 6 p.m. and after 6 a.m., sunrise and sunset, the planets will rule every 1.5 hours. So that means like the Jama Gragas or the Jama planets are 8 in number. In Vedic astrology, we use Ragu Kedu. So here we call it as Pambu, which means like snake. The snake is the serpent. So it's considered to be bad, and so it's called less Ragu Galam. So if you check with the calendar, you'll find everyday Ragu Galam. This is based on this JAMAKKOL astrology. So based on these Jamas or like Jamam, the planets, 8 planets, you can give a lot of predictions. So this can be like a minor prediction, like 5 minute prediction, to somewhere around like 50 years. After 50 years, what will happen? Next 5 minutes, what will happen? You can tell. So this can be like for the present situation also and the past also. So you can tell like before 50 years what has happened. So if you learn that from an expert, you can do it. So there are different methods of judging this JAMAKKOL. JAMAKKOL, it's called Aroodam. Aroodam means like a horary or like a prashna. So based on the time, you can put this chart, and you can like fill the outer planets, and then you can start predicting. So these days you have a software for it, and the software does all the part for you. So you don't need to learn much of the calculation part. What is the calculation, how is it happening, everything. So the system is still used in India, and the Ragu column is based on JAMAKKOL system. So every day you have this JAMAKKOL and something called Yamagandam, they will tell. So these are the times that are very bad or considered to be bad. So these times were calculated based on JAMAKKOL only. So JAMAKKOL is very complex, and it is a horary system used by Indian saints, especially the South Indian saints. Tamil Siddhas, Tamil saint, they have followed it for many years. So it can age up to like 1,000 years. Even before like 1,000 years, they were using this astrological system. So there are some books. I almost forgot the names of that book. If you know that book, you can just comment below. I will check with that. So the next thing I want to tell you is there are some things to know about learning the JAMAKKOL. So the first thing is like Udayam. Udayam means like sunset to sunrise or sunrise to sunset. This is something like calculation of the Lagna. So how do you calculate the Lagna? There is a procedure to calculate the Udayam. So for every 1 hour, it will change the houses in the clockwise direction. So this cannot be accurately 1 hour. It can be like 55 minutes, again like 1 hour something. So it will be maximum 1 hour, 55 minutes, 58 minutes, or 57 minutes. Every 1 hour, I'm telling approximate, it will change the house. So this will be something like Lagna. So what is the Lagna right now? You can calculate. So Udayam is similar to Lagna. And the next one is called Aroodam. Aroodam means like if you look at the clock right now, there are like three divisions like hours, minutes, and seconds. So the hours is represented by Udayam. The next one, minutes, is represented by Arudam. So what is Arudam? Arudam is something like the sub question. Suppose somebody is asking you, when will I get married? Suppose the Arudam is in the fifth house, you can tell the person, you can tell from seeing the chart, you will get a love marriage. Other than that, you can tell them it's an arranged marriage. So there are some rules. There are several rules. So it depends on the guru with whom you will learn this system. So Arudam is like every 5 minutes the Rashi will change. It's like the minutes, what you call, it will be from 0 to 60. So 60 means like it will be in the Meena Rashi. 0 to 5 it will be in the Aries sign. So 5 to 10 it will be in the Taurus. 10 to 15 it will be like in Gemini. So this is like approximate 5 minutes every time you have to add to the next houses, next Rashis. So there is something called Kavip. Kavip means something hidden, something like secret. So why do you use Kavip? Kavip means an event is happening. Suppose the easiest example I can tell you is you can see the lights in our home. You can see the light like electric bulbs or whatever, LED or flashlights or torch lights or whatever. So there is a current which operates it. There is an electricity that operates in the back end, or you cannot see that, but actually it's happening. Something is happening, something unknown is there. So that is called as Kavip. So something unknown can sometimes like can be like destructive, can be like constructive to the question. Suppose like the person is asking, will I get married this year? In the seventh house from Udayam, you have like Kavip. Then boldly you can say that the marriage will not take place this year. Based on the question, you can tell that the Kavip is almost negative. The answer will be negative, never positive. It is like the hidden destructive force. Suppose you are trying to swim north, the water is flowing from towards south, so that is called as Kavip. For every action you take, there will be an opposite, an equal and opposite reaction. So that opposite reaction is called as Kavip. So if that opposite reaction or that reaction is destructive, you can boldly tell that the event is not going to happen. So most people, what they will do, they will judge from Kavip. Is Kavip in the like 11th house? Is it with Udayam and Aroodam? Is it at the house that is like main Rashi of event? So if you judge that, you can come to a conclusion. So these are the basics of JAMAKKOL. So if you have any idea, if you want to learn something, you can just comment below, and I will make another video of it.